What's up, guys? It's your boy Zowoki back out with another scary, creepy, all-around terrifying video from Callan at Slapped Ham. We're about to watch a good amount of scary content, so grab a chair, grab some popcorn, or grab a nice comfy chair, a big huge popcorn bowl, because it's going to be quite a bit of scary content here, of the scary videos that will scream you to your sleep. Not screamed or get you scary to the point where you can't sleep. It's going to scream or make you scream to your sleep. Is that a tongue twister? Yes. So with that being said, let's take a look. If you guys are new to my channel, if you guys are returning and have not subscribed yet, make sure you guys subscribe down below by hitting that red bar icon down the bottom right. Smack that bell icon next to it so I do post videos like this one. You'll get that little ring notification that Zowoki myself has posted that video. And then you guys can watch, comment, like, and share. And again, thank you everybody that's been so supportive on the channel and all that you do. Subscribe, comment, like, and share. Keep doing what you guys are doing. Tell your friends and your family or anybody you guys know, and we'll continue to grow in 2022. Speaking of support, check out the link in the description for Callan at Slapped Ham. Go over there, give him some love, do the thing, subscribe, comment, like, and share. For him to put this together for us to enjoy, get scared, and scream us to our sleep. It definitely takes time and effort to put this together for us, and we definitely want to give him that support. But with that being said, it's quite a bit of time, or quite a bit of a lengthy scariness video, and we're going to get into it with you guys watching right now. So let's take a look.
How you doing? I'm
For some reason, it just jumped.
How you doing? I'm Callan, and this is Slapped Ham. Now today we've got something a little bit special for you. It's some bonus content for the week.
Yes.
It's a massive compilation of some of the scariest video clips going around. Yes. So sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Oh, I'm gonna enjoy.
This next eerie piece of footage was uploaded to Reddit by user Regular Joe 500. It's a clip taken from their home security system facing their carport. Take a look at what's been causing a stir on Reddit.
It's a horsey. Please tell me that's a real horse.
As you can see, out of nowhere, a white horse appears. It trots from right to left.
Watch, they don't have horses.
Now at first, this might seem fairly mundane.
Yeah.
However, the Redditor says that a horse died in the pastures next to his house just a few years ago.
What?
And when this footage was captured, there were no animals whatsoever in the paddock.
You're telling me we're seeing a ghost horse right now? Mind blown.
They also noted that the horse that died was black, yet the horse we see here is clearly white.
But
while this could simply be a real-life white horse, it just seems strange that it
night
would
vision
trot by in the middle of the night.
Changes the color sometimes.
When the OP saw the footage, they double-checked the
That's
property
creepy,
and
man.
there were no animals either in the paddock or anywhere nearby. They even looked for hoof prints, but found no evidence of anything walking through the yard.
So a ghost horse.
Considering that a horse did recently die in the nearby pastures, many commenters speculated they were actually seeing its spirit caught on camera.
That's nuts.
So what do you make of this eerie equine? Share your theories with the community in the comment section down below.
You don't even hear it. That's creepy. Someone
This next video was uploaded to TikTok by user Monique Hernandez.
Monique?
The clip is taken from a home security camera positioned at the front of the TikToker's house. They asked their viewers for an explanation, posing the question, is this a ghost caught on my Ring camera?
Okay.
Take a look at what's been captured.
I need to get one of these outside my house. Oh, hello. I've heard that this could be a glitch. Like, the person looks like they're invisible. Or transparent. It's just a trick of the
caption
camera.
reads, why can you see the truck through him? Which is a valid question. If we watch it again, zoomed in and slowed down, you can indeed see details of the truck as the figure walks by.
I think it's a glitch in the camera, not ghost.
Furthermore, it almost looks like the figure appears out of thin air at the beginning of the clip.
Excuse me.
A lot of strange sightings captured by home security cameras can be explained by poor compression rates and low resolution.
See.
However, this sighting seems rather odd. The visuals are quite crisp, making it even stranger that you can see through the person.
Crisps. It's definitely pretty creepy. But what do you guys think? Comment down below.
Whatever the case may be, the sighting was enough to freak viewers out on TikTok. Some people called it a ghost, a shadow figure, and even a time traveler was suggested.
Or Jimmy that works down at Pizza Hut down on 7th Avenue.
Unfortunately, this short clip is all we have to go by, so for now, unless further info comes to hand, this bizarre sighting will have to remain a complete mystery.
That's funny. Next. Okay. This one.
Quite a while now, we've been covering the alleged haunting of Diego Spickers.
Diego.
For over a year, Diego's been claiming that his apartment is occupied by the spirit of a little girl, an entity that appears to have a worrying fascination with Diego's own daughter.
Oh, yeah.
Here's a taste of some of the latest sightings happening inside the apartment.
Frick that.
Take a look.
Of course it's going to go after the little girl because the little girl can see her. That's creepy.
Watching that again, we can see a hand banging the back of the open
I would
door.
get fingerprints on that window right there.
However,
CSI
when
that
Diego
window.
moves the door, there's nothing there.
CSI the crap out of the window.
In this next clip, Diego has set up an experiment to try and catch some more paranormal activity on camera.
300
Watch
IQ
what
right there.
happens. As you can see, finger marks seem to appear in the flour on the floor.
How do you do that? How do you fake that? That's what I want to know. If you fake that, how the...
Then, in this final clip,
Yeah, look at the
something
head.
even more chilling is captured.
Look at the head. That is a son of a biscuit moment. Oh my gosh, I am tingly. Oh! Why would you run at it? Oh! Oh, I'm just so bumpy. Goose pimples punched in the face with paranormalness. Oh
Breaking
my
this one
gosh.
down, you can see a face of a young girl lingering over the shoulder of Diego's daughter.
Oh my gosh, and you're gonna run
He
at
runs
it?
to take a look, but the figure seems to vanish into thin air.
Oh my gosh. I can't. Oh.
Then his daughter sits eerily on the couch as if in a trance.
Oh, no. She's sleeping. Wake her butt up. Get out of there.
Naturally, a lot of comments were worried for the safety of Diego's daughter, wondering why the family was still in the apartment after all that's
Because it
happened.
probably could chase you.
So where do you sit on this?
Oh,
Are we just
gosh.
witnessing some immaculate video editing, or is the family really haunted?
If it's
Share your thoughts with the rest of the community in the comment section down below.
if it's video editing, it is fantastically done. I don't know. You guys be the judge. That got me chilled. I'm gonna dream or have nightmares about that. I know it. I know it. Amy, wake up. That's creepy.
For most people, caves can be eerie places at the best of times, and this video shared to TikTok by Scariest Posts may show why. It's dark inside the cave and the only light present is the one coming from the OP's camera. Being in such a claustrophobic place would put a lot of people on edge already. However, in this case, there could be extra reason for alarm.
Okay.
Take a look and see if you can spot anything out of the
I
ordinary.
don't know if I want to. What was that?
As the camera holder pans around the cave, something appears to be moving.
I can't tell if it's mist or what. What is that?
Because it's so dark, it's hard to make out exactly what it is. It almost seems to camouflage into its surroundings.
It's like,
The
It's like
figure looks to be black or dark brown in colour, or perhaps even a transparent grey.
What
Some
the-
viewers have suggested that it looks like it's made of a thin mist. Watching it in slow motion seems to show that the figure has a large head and possibly even a human-like face. then seems to dissolve into the darkness.
Creepy. I don't know what that is. It's super creepy.
What do you think this mysterious figure could be? Is it some sort of shadow person, or perhaps an unknown cave creature? Or is the light simply playing tricks with our eyes?
I want to say it's the eye.
Watch the footage again and let me know what you see in the comment section down below.
I want to say it's the camera playing tricks with the light. That's what we want to say. But you guys will be the judge on that one. I'm calling trickery of the light. These are all like new ones I've never seen. So far, so good.
Every amateur paranormal enthusiast thinks they want to encounter something supernatural.
Oh, yes, I do.
What happens if they actually do?
Hoping, fingers
During
crossed.
a tour of the allegedly haunted Hillview Manor in Newcastle, Pennsylvania, YouTuber SCWC and her husband may have experienced a little more than they bargained for.
That's what we
During
want.
the tour of the former mental institution, the Redditor claims that their husband felt uneasy, as if someone was touching his arms.
Probably just gas.
There were also certain areas of the building that he refused to return to. Later, they explored with a small group. At first, nothing unusual happened, and they were starting to get disappointed. Then, just as they were preparing to head to
it's
another
this
area,
one.
one member of the group knelt to charge their phone. Take a look at what happened next.
Something runs at them. I wish there was audio.
Everyone began hearing mysterious footsteps so intense that the walls around them shook. Security footage from the hallway shows all four of them simultaneously reacting with intense fear, even though there's no indication of what could be frightening
The
them.
ones on the left look more terrified than the ones on the right.
The experience spooked the couple so much that they left the tour early. However, before they did, they were sure to remind the spirits that they had no permission to follow them home. Hopefully, whatever
Make sure you
spooked them
say
so
that
intensely
if you go-
listened to
go-
their plea.
Goes hunting. I wish there was audio on that one, so you could hear the footsteps. Yeah, that's
This
creepy.
next video shows another creepy encounter that takes place in a cave. It was sent to our Slapped Ham Facebook group by Marie-Louise Montero.
Thank you, Louise. Or
She says that
Maria.
her father, a cameraman for a TV channel in Aruba, inadvertently captured the footage while filming an interview with a man who had just stayed in the cave for 100 days in order to break a world record. According to Montero, her father didn't even notice anything strange until he reviewed the video sometime later. Take a look at what's been caught on camera.
100 days.
As you can see, there is a mysterious figure present in the upper level of the cave.
Where?
It's only visible for a brief second as it seems to dart behind the wall in an effort to avoid the camera.
I didn't see it.
The figure appears to be wearing a green top or jacket.
Oh. How do you people
Apart
have
from that,
eyes
there's
for
no other
this?
distinguishable features.
I would never have seen that.
The poster notes that in the video, the crew is speaking their local language, Papiamento. She says that they're actually talking about how many people have died in this very cave.
Looks like there was rail systems right there.
So what do you think this mysterious figure could be? A homeless person who lives in the cave, perhaps? Or is there a more paranormal explanation for what's been caught on camera here?
Looks like the Grinch.
Share your theories with the rest of the community in the comment section down below.
Yes, do it. I'd like you to tell me what that green thing is.
Home security cameras are designed to make you feel safer in your own home. But what if they capture something that you would rather have not seen?
Burn the house down.
Shortly after moving into their new place, Redditor Emily Sings 3 found that their security camera had snapped several chilling images. According to their post, they received a notification that motion had been detected inside their house at 1:32 AM. As they were still awake, they decided to check their device.
Oh,
Take a look at what they saw.
is that it? Looks like Cousin It.
Redditor says that they live alone and didn't hear any sounds at the time the photos were captured. They also said that in the days prior, they had felt a strange presence around, so they had felt uneasy.
Kind of like ectoplasm?
Several viewers have suggested that the camera might have actually captured evidence of a break-in. They suggested that the OP search any crawl spaces or hidden areas in the home, just to make sure that there's no one lurking. However, the poster doesn't seem to think it's an intruder. They're convinced that their house is haunted. Regardless of what the figure is, spotting something like this on your home security camera would likely terrify most people.
Yeah?
Especially if you've just moved in.
Oh, I'd lose it.
So what would you do in this situation? Call the police or call a priest?
Both.
Let me know in the comment section.
How
down
about
below.
a priest that's a cop, or a cop that is a priest? Yeah. Oh, this guy
Drunkard is a well-known paranormal YouTuber.
Yes.
His channel showcases the supposed supernatural happenings that take place around his home. This clip is from a live stream that played out in real time right in front of the eyes of...
Remember what he said, live. So you can't fake live TV.
Donnie Drunkard's audience.
It's got a lot of stuff
Near
back
the
there.
beginning of the stream, Drunkard notes that he feels as though there's some sort of presence in the hallway.
Earlier, there's a shadow figure, Brad, that I saw. I don't know if it came through.
He's had
And then
stuff
now
coming
the
out of that
SLS are
hallway.
Going crazy.
Camera goes blurry.
There's presence in the hallway.
He's had the SLS camera like showing a
Soon
figure in
after,
there.
The program
See?
on his computer picks up evidence of a humanoid shape in the darkness.
Using that
Watch.
SLS camera. Look at that. Hell no. Somebody had to have died in that hallway.
Surrounds this whole aura.
I would be definitely getting the
Like I
history of
said,
that house.
I felt like somebody is out there in the hallway.
That's
Clearly
nuts. And then it's gone. Boom. Poof.
During the live stream, several keen-eyed viewers alerted the YouTuber to some strange occurrences. One in particular, Callie Morrison, provided a playback showing a possible paranormal entity.
It looks like a
If
child.
you take a good look down the hallway, you can actually see a shadowy figure moving around.
That's nuts. It's like a child.
The blood of Jesus Christ.
Compels you.
Surrounds.
When the footage is brightened up, the figure's presence becomes even more apparent.
That's
What do you
bright.
think this creepy clip shows? Does it prove that Donnie Drunkard really is living in a haunted house? Love to hear your theories on this in the
I
comment
would
section
say
down
yes.
below.
Surrounds this.
He's got a lot of exercise equipment and beer bottles. Or alcohol bottles.
Like I said, I felt like somebody is out there in the hallway.
This last video on our list was uploaded to the YouTube channel Hunting the Dead. In it, the investigator visits an allegedly haunted house in the middle of the day.
I am here to investigate the paranormal. Now we're just gonna do a little quick walkthrough, guys, and I can tell you, as soon as I came in here, I started feeling energies.
The creepy activity begins early. As he initially explores the rooms, he inadvertently captures something chilling on camera.
Let's say,
Whoa.
sure it's not
I
gas.
really miss this.
So it's a
Pretty
mobile
simple
home.
Here we just have a nice little paranormal potty, but we do have the mirrors, and we do ask for the spirits to come through and communicate.
It's quite subtle, but just as
It's
the
behind the
investigator
mirror.
enters the bathroom, a shadowy figure can be seen in the mirror.
I think that's just a trick of the light. And the mirror.
Pretty simple here. We just have a nice little paranormal potty.
Next, he takes out an EVP device in an attempt to communicate with any spirits that may be nearby.
But you basically can speak to me through this. Will you do that?
Shortly after he turns it on, he hears a distant door slam.
Dude.
Yep, I would have pooped my pants.
Then, as the investigator approaches the kitchen, a voice can be heard saying what sounds like it stinks.
The hell is that sound? Did you do that? Who was that?
A few seconds later, another crash echoes through the house.
I thought it said
Come on,
it's
give me a
Steven.
sign. Show me where you're at. Dude. Something's grabbed my ankle.
The door shut.
No way. Shut that door, dude.
He continues the exploration of the property and soon asks the alleged spirit if it can make another noise besides tapping.
Okay, that was in that room. Can you do something other than tap? Can you make a scratch or something?
A few seconds later, the spirit seems to oblige as a mysterious sound is heard in another room.
No way, no way, no way.
Sound like a scratch, like.
The investigator runs towards the source. Then, as he enters a storage closet, he hears what he describes as a growling sound. Take a listen and let me know what you think this could be.
Was it his tummy?
Whoa, 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 whoa. It was just something that just like growled in here, dude.
Didn't sound like a growl.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
That's not like somebody shuffling.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Finally, the investigator asks if the supposed spirit has any messages it wants to pass on. A voice seems to reply, "Help."
Listen to me, I'm giving you a platform where a lot of people will be hearing you. Is there anybody that you didn't get to give a message to before you died?
Yep.
If there truly is some sort of paranormal entity trapped in this house, it doesn't sound as though it's at peace. Hopefully the next person to enter the property is able to remain safe while spending time there.
Hold on. Oh, dude, I just seen it. I just seen it.
Huh. Interesting.
In this video, TikTok user Chase the Base shares some security footage from inside his parents' home, showing what he believes to be a ghost.
It looks creepy.
In a separate clip, he mentions that he was initially hesitant to upload the footage because he didn't think people would believe it.
My parents have security cameras in their living room, and a few months ago they caught a ghost on camera.
In the security footage, we can see that the lights are on. Then, just after they click off, something eerie happens. Take a look.
They said it's not them. Just think if the lights were on.
A figure walks from one side of the room to the other. It's pale and seems to be somewhat transparent. The footage has left some wondering if the house has a tragic past. Unfortunately, the uploader doesn't elaborate. So what do you think's been captured here? Does it really show a ghost?
What do you think?
Or is the camera somehow distorting the details of a regular person?
It said they're
Let me
all
know your
sleeping.
theories on this one in the comment section down below.
It said they're all sleeping. And no one was up and that happened. I'd say ghosty.
In this clip, uploaded to the YouTube channel Caçadores de Sombra, the Brazilian-based ghost hunters conduct a terrifying exploration of what appears to be an abandoned town. At the beginning of the video, the team explains that this area has a tragic past. A child was supposedly playing nearby when they fell into a well. They were eventually rescued, however, sadly passed away soon after.
Oh, jeez.
After the boy's death, people began to report strange occurrences in the house he used to live in. Creepy things also started happening to others who lived in the area, and soon the spook locals began to move away. The team begin their investigation by entering one of the houses. It's
Does he
run
have a
down
gun?
and water leaks in from the rain that's pouring down outside.
I don't think that was a gun. I think it was a flashlight.
The explorers continue to move from house to house, searching the empty buildings.
What if there's squatters in
Then,
there?
as they look around one house in particular, they hear a sudden knocking sound, as if someone's banging on one of the walls. They begin searching for the origin of the noise, which leads them into one of the adjoining rooms. There, they shine a light on something unsettling.
Oh gosh.
Take a look.
Oh! It was in the window!
There appears to be a child-sized figure watching them through
Oh.
one of the windows. They run out into the night, but the figure seems to have completely vanished.
Yeah, I was sitting there like this. It was like the
Could
top
this
part of
mysterious
it.
figure really be the ghost of the young boy who fell into the well?
Kind of looks like
Was
it.
it simply a curious squatter who was keeping a cautious eye on the team as they explored the area?
Creepy how he moves
Unfortunately,
away.
it seems that the figure's identity will have to remain a mystery, at least for
I've been-
the time being.
I've been looking for footprints and all that jazz and ugh. Oh, these places.
Our next video, uploaded to YouTube by UrbexMX, documents a possible ghost sighting that took place in a cemetery near Culiacan,
Wow.
the largest city in Sinaloa, Mexico. The video
Huge.
starts with footage of the cemetery at nighttime.
I know it's supposed to be a peaceful place, but it just
As the team carefully weave through the tombstones, they likely have no idea what's in store for them.
so many ways.
Less than 20 minutes in, they think they hear a faint cry in the distance. Seconds later, the cameraman spots something eerie.
I just think these cemeteries are eerie to begin with. I don't see.
It's easy to tell the cameraman is distressed after what he saw, yet the group moves in for a closer inspection.
Oh, what was
They
that?
search the area for the figure, but it seems to have completely vanished.
No way, man. We have grass and
Soon, the
stones.
team approaches a grave and discovers a creepy doll inside.
Oh, this one. This doll. It's so creepy how this doll, like, there's no way.
In fact, you may have seen this very same doll featured in one of our previous videos.
Oh, the
Here's
dolls?
the footage we showed last time when
Yep.
YouTuber Lalo Escalante encountered this very doll in the same grave.
I remember that
Take a
one.
look.
Frick that, man. I hate how their tombs are.
After encountering the creepy doll in the UrbexMX exploration, one of the team members thinks he sees something moving up ahead. They search the darkness with their lights. Suddenly, something darts out from behind one of the graves.
Probably shouldn't be walking over stones, my dude.
It moves so fast that if you blink, you might just miss it.
Oh, I did see it. Look at that. Boom. I don't know.
Could it just be an ordinary shadow? Or is it something paranormal?
What do you guys think? I don't know. It could be, with all those
It seems that this
stones.
particular cemetery is a popular destination for ghost hunters, and if the events seen in this video are to be believed, it's with good cause. Could this overcrowded cemetery be one of the most haunted places in Mexico?
Never know. Is that snow?
This video, uploaded to YouTube by Putream, appears to show something truly bizarre. Take a look.
Okay. Snowy, snowy, snowy.
The dashcam footage shows the rear of a white SUV. It's snowing outside and visibility's poor. At
I
first,
mean-
it appears as though the SUV speeds up and the snow is actually masking the location of the vehicle.
I live in Minnesota, and this happens all the time.
However, once the line of vision clears, the SUV is nowhere to be seen. It seems unlikely that it sped off or even turned off suddenly. So then, where did it go? If you play the clip in slow motion, it also offers little clues as to where the mysterious vehicle actually went. Take another look and see if you can spot anything we might have missed.
I don't see anything that they missed, but with the snow being as powdery as it is, it could do that. I've seen it happen a few times when
What
I'm
do you think? Is the
driving.
snow somehow playing tricks with our eyes?
Yes.
Or is there another way to explain the mysterious disappearing SUV? Let me know your theories on this and share them with the rest of the community in the comments section down below.
I'd say it's natural eye trickery.
In February 2022, something truly bizarre was caught on a security camera in Xicalapan de Juarez, about 20 miles east of Mexico City.
What the?
The footage was uploaded to YouTube by Mousen TV. Take a look.
Okay, so we got dogs. So the funny thing is these dogs are looking at it. They're barking at it. They're trying to get close to it. It glides down, comes over. These dogs are still looking at it. What the hell?
The camera overlooks an empty lot. 3 stray dogs are spooked by an unknown floating object that hovers about the area.
I don't know, man. That is... It's like a floating creature-ish... Is creature-ish a word? No. Super creepy. And it just glides. And these dogs are watching it. So you know it's not being tricked by, like, photo editing. But then it gets up here and then it turns to a black solid and...
Here's the object through an infrared filter. It looks to be an amorphous blob that drifts through the air.
It's like morphing. Ah, my eyes are so dry. What do you guys think? Comment down below what you guys think this is. It's super creepy. I super want to know what it is. Somebody said a balloon in their comments. I was like, a balloon? What kind of balloon does that?
Initially, people thought the footage was edited with CGI.
No.
However, the fact that the dogs interact with the object seems to discredit this theory.
Exactly.
Some comments speculated whether the object is alien in nature, perhaps a craft of some kind collecting data here on Earth.
I have no
Of
idea.
course, there's a possibility it could just be a drone or perhaps a deflated balloon, but the amorphous quality of the object casts some doubt on this theory.
A drone?
It's definitely a strange piece of footage, and as of yet, there's been no official word on what this object really could be.
I wish they had different views of it. Like other cameras. Again, comment your thoughts down below. Definitely creepy. Like morphs like 5-6 times.
This next bizarre little clip was uploaded to Instagram by Strange
What
Activities.
the hell is
The footage
that?
has been dividing the comment section on what it's actually showing. Take a look and see what you think.
What the mother incarnation is that? If that's CG, that's very
We
good
can
CG.
see an unknown creature clinging to a branch out the front of a house.
Has no hair. Some type of weird hair tentacles.
Some commenters were calling it an undocumented cryptid, a creature that's yet to be classified by modern science.
Looks like a frog.
However, the majority of comments thought it had to be CGI, which most likely is the case. I have to say though, whoever made this really should be working in top tier.
But see, the only thing I see is like you see the casting of the shadow of the creature and the branches on the wall.
Hollywood
so that's
movies,
even
as the
better.
animation is outstanding.
But the animation is even better if that is what it is. Again, comment your thoughts down below.
Paranormal investigator Lalo Escalante is dedicated to exploring some of the most notorious locations in Mexico.
Dedication.
Whether it's abandoned buildings, sites of urban legend, or cemeteries, more often than not, Lalo Escalante captures some really freaky stuff on camera. In this episode, he's exploring an old graveyard.
Same
Many
graveyard as the
locals
other guys?
believe the property is riddled with tormented spirits, and often report sightings of shadowy figures lurking in the dead of night and objects moving seemingly all on their own. Disembodied screams are also said to be a common occurrence. It isn't long into the exploration before the OP begins hearing things in the distance.
Escucho un grito.
These cemeteries are creepy, man.
Hola. Uy, abrió una reja.
Oi, what?
Moments later, as the camera holder's torch begins to flicker, he asks if there's any spirits nearby to make themselves known. That's when this happens.
Si una entidad se quiere manifestar, dame una señal. ¿Alguna entidad se encuentra aquí?
Whoa! That's a cat.
¿Qué pedo?
I saw the cat.
Watching that again, a nearby tap mysteriously turns itself on,
Okay, so
scaring the cat away.
Cat got scared.
¿Alguna entidad se encuentra aquí?
Pipes can do that because of pressure, so it could be a possibility.
¿Qué pedo? Se abrió la llave.
He then turns the tap off, but seconds later, it turns itself back on.
Se abrió la llave. Uy, ¿quién anda
Kitty.
ahí? Se abrió la llave. La llave se abrió.
At least it's not a black
¿Sí la
cat.
vieron? Ay, Dios mío.
Yeah, what he said. Oh.
Mira. Otra vez de nuevo. ¿De nuevo se abrió?
Later, the uploader explores another part of the cemetery when something eerie is caught on camera. Watch.
¿Quién está aquí? ¿Alguien es...? Vean.
Oh!
El tren se está moviendo.
The little doll
El tren se
thingy.
está moviendo. El tren se está moviendo.
Or toy thingy.
El tren se está moviendo. Vean.
Somehow, the toy appears to move on its own.
Estoy enfocando.
He even checks to see if there's batteries, but there's none there.
There's no wind.
¿Quién eres? Vean, por favor, que no estoy desenfocando esto. Se está moviendo el tren. Dios mío de mi vida.
That sucker's been out there for
Vean.
weeks, months.
No tiene pilas, vean.
No batteries.
After hearing numerous strange sounds, the explorer is soon confronted by a terrifying sight. Take a look.
Se ve que tiene muchísimos años. Mira.
Oh!
Ay,
What
se vio una
the
mujer. Se vio una
fudge?
mujer.
Here it is again, slowed down.
It's like somebody in a dress.
It
Ow!
appears to be the figure of a woman moving to the right.
She can't be up to no good, I tell you that right now.
The OP is so freaked out, he begins to recite a prayer in Latin.
Pater noster. Quis inceris.
Why Latin?
Sanctificetur. Nomen tu adveniat. Regnum tu fiat. Voluntatus sicut. In cielo in the terra.
Before long, yet more strange activity is recorded.
Doesn't he speak
Quiero que te
Spanish?
presentes. Preséntate. De nuevo.
The candle seems to move by itself.
De
Oh,
nuevo.
how
The
did
camera
the
holder
people
then
see
decides
this?
to go investigate the tap once more,
Ugh.
the place where all the eerie activity began in the first place.
Cat's trying to get a drink.
No, amigos. Esa llave no se va a abrir, yo creo. Ay, Dios mío. Y ahí están los perros.
Eventually, the noises and bizarre activity become too much for the explorer, and the video abruptly
And he
ends.
books it.
So what do you make of this eerie encounter? Could this old cemetery in Mexico really be haunted? The moving toy, the tap, the strange vanishing woman,
I would
it all
say
certainly
yes.
makes you wonder whether something supernatural is at play here. But ultimately, I'll let you be the judge.
I'd say yes. I'd say yes.
Ay, se vio una mujer.
It's a graveyard where hundreds of bodies
Se vio una
are.
mujer.
I'm hearing what sounds like somebody walk around.
This guy sees his
For
grandma.
quite some time now, TikToker Alex Calvo is haunted, has suspected his house is infested with spirits. We reported on his initial videos quite a few months ago.
Yep.
First was this encounter with a shadowy figure.
I'm out here in my living room again, which is right by where that chair moved the other night. And I don't know, there's just been like scary going on around that. What was that?
Right there.
Oh no.
He says it's his grandma that passed away. He wants to peek out. It's like, hello. Just see what you're doing.
Then Alex was convinced he saw the spirit of his deceased grandmother after this incident.
Okay, I am up here where all the different like scary activity has happened, and I'm hearing what sounds like somebody walk around on the floorboards. As I'm
Right.
up here, I can feel like the pressure of steps landing around me. I don't really know what's going on. So it just seems pretty crazy to me.
There.
I just this
Oh,
is,
that-
I don't know. This is not what I signed up for when I got this house.
Right there. And then he goes over there, and
This is not what I signed up for when I got this house.
then the robe is on the floor.
Well, now, yet more eerie activity has been captured inside Alex's home. This clip starts when he hears a strange noise coming from upstairs.
Okay, I
Ooh,
just heard
new
a really
stuff.
loud noise coming up here from the same place where all the other stuff has been going on. Like something was dragging across the floor. Turn on the lights, like everybody says. Okay, come on. I know I heard something. I don't know.
I think this is the face in the bathroom, isn't it? Right there. I can't tell what it is. I've watched it like
Searches his
several
house, but
times.
Can't quite find the source of the noises.
Just to see if it's like a paper face or something.
At first, Alex didn't think too much about this encounter until he reviewed the footage. Take another look and see if you can spot anything out of place.
Oh, we see grandma in that bathroom.
I don't know. See, I don't know.
See,
In the shadows of the slightly ajar door to his laundry room, a pale face stares out at him with eerie black eyes.
I'm pretty sure that's not his grandma. I can't tell.
Because he doesn't see the face initially, it's only on film for a moment.
It looks
But
mad.
that moment is all it takes to make this footage truly chilling.
See, I don't know.
Goff. Comment your
The
thoughts down
TikToker
below.
stated that after seeing the face, he searched the laundry room to make sure that there was no one hiding in there, but there was no one to be found. Given that this isn't Alex's first brush with alleged paranormal activity, many viewers are inclined to believe that this is indeed a genuine haunting.
I would say genuine haunting.
See, I don't know.
You might have seen this clip already floating around the internet
I
as
did.
it quickly went viral. It caused thousands of viewers to speculate on what it is they're actually seeing. The
It's
video
creepy.
uploaded by TikToker Wonder Woman 1 seems to show something truly bizarre. Take a look.
Okay, so the noise is my turtle. And I'm home alone, right?
But watching the TV.
But
She's like wearing white pants, a pink top, and she's got black hair. Oh my gosh. Somebody said that she cut this when she pretends like she turns
me,
the camera.
She
I don't
starts
know.
out by panning the camera around the room, showing us that the room is empty of all people except for her. Most importantly, we see that she's the only one sitting on the couch. However, when she turns the camera towards the television across from the couch, things take a strange turn.
Right
When
here.
we see the TV screen, there seems to be two people reflected there, not just one.
Fudge!
The reflection shows.
That's creepy, man. I would. She's not even like nervous.
Like, that's me.
The TikToker waves, proving to us that this truly is a reflection and not a static image placed on the screen.
See, that's another thing that people are trying to make sure.
Like, that's me.
Because of the dark color of the screen, we can only see their outlines, but it seems clear that the second reflection is indeed a person and not some inanimate object resting on the couch.
Did she like watch a tape and it said 7 days later?
Me.
Or did she contact somebody on the Ouija board?
Is alone in the room, then how is there a second reflection on the screen? According to some paranormal experts, reflective surfaces can serve as gateways to the afterlife, allowing us to see through them into the spiritual realm. Mirrors, for example, are thought to be more common portals, but it's possible that other reflective surfaces could serve the same purpose.
Gross.
So what do you think? Could this TikToker's TV really be a gateway to the afterlife, or is it all just a well-timed hoax? Let me know where you sit on this in the comment section down below.
I want to know what you guys think. Comment your thoughts down below.
The reflection shows.
I can't see how she's so calm.
That's me.
I would be like.
According to the description of this next video, YouTuber Vault of Fear seems to believe that his house is haunted by a poltergeist. When the footage begins, we see the YouTuber running into what appears to be a child's bedroom.
It's a lot of dinosaurs.
Clearly, they've heard a noise coming from the room and have grabbed their camera to investigate.
It all starts with the lights.
We can quickly see why they're concerned as the camera captures some eerie activity.
And the toys. It's a lot of board games.
They continue filming the room for a while longer.
I couldn't help but notice, I said this last time I saw this, is the S's that I used to draw in high school, in grade school. And then some creepy face on there that's going. And then a bear. And then some kid stabbing his wall over here.
During that time, a flurry of transparent white orbs flit across the screen.
Oh, there's one. Is that a poster of the Backstreet Boys up there?
Orbs are a common way for spirits to manifest, according to some paranormal experts.
Energy.
But it's rare to see so many at one time.
Looks like that Spice Girl's over there.
According to the YouTuber, this isn't the first time that paranormal activity has happened in their house. Some people have apparently spotted an apparition that looked like a person's torso. There's also been intense poltergeist activity and demonic growling. The homeowners even attempted to have the entity expelled from the house using an exorcist.
Did it work?
Who claimed it was one of the strongest demonic presences they had ever felt. So what then is going on in this child's bedroom? Is it a demon, a poltergeist? If this was your home, would you let your child continue sleeping in this room?
No.
Let us know down below.
I was looking at the reflection of that toy at the bottom just to see if anything was in there. But nothing. There's a lot of orbs in there. Look at that dinosaur computer.
Exploring creepy abandoned places is a specialty of Korean YouTuber D-Doc Michael. In this video, he heads to Japan to investigate a building that at first looks relatively modern, but turns out to be extremely run down.
I could go to these places, but not alone.
As he explores the building, he calls out to any resident paranormal entities.
계시요. 계세요.
Shockingly, it
Sounds
seems
like
he receives an
Shalong.
answer in the form of an eerie knocking sound. Not long after, as he's looking around what appears to be an old kitchen, he becomes distracted by a noise. Then, as he turns, he notices that an object that had been resting against the wall moments earlier has now mysteriously vanished.
Oh, see, how did they know? I would have never even.
Seconds later,
remember that.
he gasps while pointing the camera towards a dark window high on the wall. From the fear in his voice, it's clear that he can see something terrifying watching him.
Is that an Xbox box? What's up there? Something in that window. What is that up there? Oh. What is
Clearly
it?
spooked, the investigator decides to keep exploring the building. However, it all becomes too much when he hears what sounds like footsteps emanating from the darkness.
Like somebody's wearing
He then
heels.
hurriedly makes his way out of the building.
Creepy.
It's now raining outside, yet the explorer continues to shine his flashlight into several of the building's windows.
Did he see something? I see plants.
It's now that he finally catches a better look at the figure that was seemingly scaring him inside the building.
Oh, fantastic.
Some viewers have speculated that the explorer has captured some sort of creepy face staring back at him through the window.
Oh.
Others think it's actually something crawling across the floor.
Ew.
Take another look at the footage and let me know what you think this could be.
I couldn't tell you, Kellen. Couldn't tell you. My viewers might. You guys might know. I have no ideas. No ideas. I'm just here for the scary vibes. It's like crawling. Like
Whatever this eerie footage shows, one thing's for sure. It's unlikely this YouTuber will return to this place anytime soon.
뭐 비친 거 혹시 본 사람 있습니까? 방금 본 사람 있어요?
Are aliens visiting our planet? It seems that more and more UFO footage surfaces every day. This clip was uploaded to the TikTok
I like
account
UFOs.
UFO Videos. Take a look and see what you think it shows.
Anybody tell me what that is?
Could it be an oil rig?
We're in the middle of the ocean. On a ferry. Nothing around. Look.
Like an oil rig and the lights on the rig?
Land, no nothing.
Possibly?
Above the twilight horizon, we see a group of small white or yellow lights hovering in the sky.
Not quite sure.
They don't move at all throughout the footage, remaining closely grouped together. According to the man behind the camera, this mysterious footage was captured from a ferry in the middle of the ocean. As he records, he pans the camera around, showing us that there's no land or any other boats anywhere to be seen.
We're
Ferry?
in the middle of the ocean. On a ferry. Nothing around. Look. Nothing around. No land, no nothing.
But ferries go on the
Commercial
ocean?
aircraft wouldn't fly in such a close formation, and it would be unlikely to see such a large group of helicopters flying together in the middle of the ocean.
I'm a little perturbed.
So what then could these objects be?
I was
Some
going to say
viewers
it's
have
an
suggested
ocean.
weather balloons or drones, but why would so many weather balloons be grouped together so closely?
Or lights on an oil rig. That's the only thing I could think. And
It also seems unlikely to be drones, as the footage appears to have been captured far out at sea. Who then could possibly be controlling them? This has led many viewers to speculate that these strange objects could actually be piloted by aliens.
Aliens. There's quite a few of them. At least a couple dozen. Again, you be the judge.
This next video is certainly creepy. It was posted to the YouTube channel Santiago Sanchez SRS, a channel known for posting inspection-style videos of houses that are up for sale. However, this particular house is a little different. This one is believed to be haunted.
Good luck selling that one.
In the video's description, the YouTuber notes that the former owners abandoned the house at 2 AM, claiming it was haunted by demons.
Yeah, you're gonna try and sell it?
One of the first things that he finds upon entering the house is a sink full of insects.
Demons of locusts. Oh, well, that's just because there's a juice box there. That's just because of the juice box.
This is certainly unnerving, but not necessarily a sign that something paranormal is afoot.
Answer like, sugar!
Shortly after, he walks into a room that's completely empty, save for a few miscellaneous objects, including a single chair.
They didn't take the Windex? Come on, people. Don't you want to have streak-free windows? And the chair starts moving.
He looks around, then moves on to what is likely a bedroom where he finds a child's bike and a pile of clothes hangers on the floor.
Oh, look at that bike. It's dope. A plunger. Aruba. That's not a plunger. That's a lamp. That was a
Surely
plunger.
This is evidence that the owners did indeed leave in a hurry.
Could be a drug house for all we know.
While the exploration is certainly eerie up until this point, it isn't until the YouTuber returns to the room with the single chair that we finally catch a glimpse of the reason why the family probably left.
And the Ugg boots.
Watch.
Very aggressive.
The chair suddenly begins rocking back and forth, seemingly all on its own.
He's like, I'm done.
Clearly, the YouTuber seems spooked as he quickly exits the house.
Destroy the house. Demolish it. We're not selling it.
While the YouTuber only spends a few minutes in the house, it's more than enough to send him running for the hills.
Pumpkin.
Unfortunately, it seems we may never learn the true extent of what the former owners experienced that really caused them to leave the property in the middle of the night.
They probably demolished the crap out of that building. Oh, what's next?
If you've ever come home to an empty house and thought it felt a little bit creepy, then perhaps you shouldn't watch this next video.
Nope, I'm like, peace and quiet.
Uploaded to YouTube by Carrero Mask Channel, the clip shows a man as he returns home to his 5th floor apartment.
And we see a hand.
The place is dark, but when he turns on the entrance light, he's immediately startled. There appears to be a hand resting on the arm of his sofa.
Yep, right there. Oh. Do you have a drunk roommate?
At first, it looks as though the hand belongs to someone that's hiding on the other side. However, when the camera begins to pan out, the hand mysteriously vanishes.
What the frick? Son of a biscuit. See? What?
The YouTuber eventually enters his apartment and begins to look around, yet he's unable to find anyone.
It looks like there's a window all back there, so it should show somewhat of a reflection, right? Bro, you need to go get your gun.
The clip is certainly a head scratcher. If the hand did belong to a person, then where did they go? It would be almost impossible for someone to escape from a 5th floor window, and even harder to do so without being seen.
Yeah, pretty
There's
much.
also the fact that the hand suddenly disappears. It doesn't just slink back over the sofa as you'd expect if it belonged to someone. It just seems to disappear into thin air.
Poof.
Another chilling aspect to this video is that the YouTuber usually posts normal content about his day. He's not known for posting paranormal clips.
Like a vlogger?
So what do you think this footage shows then? Did the hand belong to a human intruder? Or is there something supernatural at play here?
What do you
think? Watch the clip again and judge for yourself.
Creepy roommate, squatter, possible demon. Did he forget he had a girlfriend? And she took too many tequila shots and passed out on the floor. Christmas!
For many, Christmas time is the happiest time of the year.
Nope, Halloween.
Imagine then if you glanced outside only to realize you were being watched by a Sasquatch.
Sasquatch, like,
According
let
to
me in.
YouTuber North by Wild West, that's exactly what happened. Captured somewhere in northern Minnesota, the video begins as the
Hey, that's where I live!
camera holder films their family's Christmas celebrations.
Oh, it could be a guy in a
As she
ghillie
pans
suit.
past the Christmas tree, she notices something slinking into the woods out of a nearby window.
Just saying.
Merry Christmas! The tree?
Oh, I want some Christmas cookies right now. Oh, right there, right there. Ooh.
Oh my god.
At first, the figure's hard to see, just a dark shape against the trees.
He wants in to celebrate the Christmas cheer.
Everyone heads outside to get a better look at the creature.
I'm grabbing my gun. Be like, Carl, grab the 22. We're about to go get
Now,
some
its size and
Yetis.
shape become more apparent. It's tall and appears to be covered with dark hair.
Oh my god.
It's bigger than we thought. Grab the
way.
20.
That can't be.
What the?
The creature also walks upright, unlike a bear.
The 12 gauge shotgun.
It clearly isn't a trick of the eye, as the family dog notices its presence and soon takes off after it.
Oh, gosh.
Oh. Oh no.
Dog's like, I got this. That's when you hear.
Both the dog and the creature disappear into the woods.
Oh, gosh, it's going to
However,
go
the
eat
creature
it.
reappears a few minutes later. This time, it's much more clear.
Oh my god.
Oh, hello. Oh. What the? That's creepy, man.
It moves through the trees, disappearing from sight.
So you're saying Sasquatch is this close to me possible? Or possibility? See, I can't tell what it is. It could have been just like Carl dressed up in a ghillie suit going outside.
The camera holder then ushers the rest of the onlookers back into the house.
And they're like, okay, we're going to make a video.
Inside, guys.
We want to go viral on
So
TikTok.
could this video really show the elusive cryptid, affectionately known as... Many photos and videos claim to provide evidence of the mysterious creature, yet to date, no one's been able to definitively prove that it really exists.
We'll never know. Tells him he shoots it or finds it dead in a parking lot. Matrix glitch.
This next puzzling clip was uploaded to TikTok by user Delegati Art. It shows what many are calling a glitch in the Matrix. Take a look.
The lights are on. But the lights are not on.
The TikToker shows that the light in his living room is off, yet in the reflection on a glass frame on the wall, the light appears to be on.
But when I'm looking at it, I can see the light bulb on.
I don't know. Interesting. Let's see.
At one point, he shows both the lights and the reflection in the one shot, and you can see there's a difference between the two.
Oh, that's kind of...
Hang on. See it? You can still
What the
see it. Still see it. Lights are off. You can still see it. I'm like
How
crouched
does-
down to show you.
How does that do
That's
that?
a glitch in the Matrix, my friends.
This bizarre clip has since gone viral, racking up thousands of views with hundreds of comments trying to debunk what's actually going on.
What the hell?
Some people think perhaps it's all a trick of perspective and that the reflection is actually showing a different light just in a room down the hallway.
Where?
However, others aren't convinced, saying that the angles aren't right for that to be the answer. I'll throw this one out to you, the viewers. Where do you sit on this? Is it all an illusion, a trick of perspective, or is there another way to explain this bizarre situation?
You guys be the judge.
Let me know in the comment section down below.
Do you guys believe in the glitch?
It's a real glitch in the Matrix live. I'm moving closer to my front window where the sunlight would supposedly come in. But there's no sunlight coming in and hitting that light, right? So I'm holding my phone. I'm just gonna walk closer and closer. And as we walk closer, look at the reflection.
That's creepy. If there's a glitch in the Matrix, make me
This curious snippet of footage has been doing the social media rounds lately. It purports to show a time traveler at an Elvis concert in the early 1970s.
What?
Take a look.
Is he holding a iPhone? Hold on. So we got Elvis. Thank you very much. So he's got...
As you can see, there appears to be someone in the crowd holding what looks like a modern smartphone. They're pointing it right at the stage as though filming the event.
What kind of phone is that?
Tech like this didn't exist in the early 1970s.
What kind of phone is that?
Some people thought it looked like the Kodak 110 camera, a slim cartridge-based device released in 1972.
Give this to people that nowadays and they'd be like, what is this thing? It's just a... I actually remember the flash that used to be on top where you took a picture and the bulb went out. I remember that.
While this could be a possibility, it looks like the person is filming continuously in portrait mode, up and down.
It does.
The Kodak camera takes still images and needs to be held horizontally.
That's so funny.
Another suggestion is that it's a cigarette case and that the person just happens to be holding it up while being jostled by the crowd.
Could.
Others noted that an Elvis concert would certainly be a worthy event to time travel to.
True.
So what are we actually looking at here then?
I don't know.
An old Kodak camera, a cigarette holder, or a genuine case of time travel?
Time travel?
Take another look at the footage and decide for yourself.
But we all know time travel is not like Back to the Future. It's more like Avengers Endgame. So... what do you guys think? Time travel? Is it a possibility?
This set of photos was submitted to us on our subreddit by BRXMum. In 2017, the OP and her family all got together for the passing of their great-grandpa.
See, this is the kind of cemeteries that I've grown up with and have had my loved ones buried at. Not the ones in Mexico with all the creepy little obelisks and buildings and stuff like that. Yeah, this is a little bit more less creepy. Still creepy, but creepy.
They took a series of photos at the cemetery as a keepsake for the day. Although somber, everything seemed perfectly fine.
Okay.
That is until the family reviewed the photos they had taken that day.
How do you go from a Nokia to a Samsung?
If you take a close look, there appears to be an extra hand. It looks like dull, grey fingers. Some viewers suggested it might be the woman in green's hand. However, the OP remembers that she had her hand on her back at the time, plus the fingers are a dull grey colour and don't match the tone of any of the people present.
Well, you got the grey sweatshirt.
Given that the photo was taken at the cemetery, even the mere suggestion of grey reaching fingers appearing out of nowhere is unsettling.
Could be just like our eyes playing tricks on us, because you see because it would be like the thumb and this finger. These two. I don't know. What do you guys think? Definitely creepy.
Sticking with backyard sightings, here's another one from our subreddit
Ghost cat.
submitted by Parawatt.
Ghost horse, ghost
The OP said
cat.
that they had a cat for 15 years who recently passed away, so when they saw this footage, they couldn't help but wonder whether something mysterious was afoot. Take a look.
Look at that. So it like runs across the screen and then poof, turns into an orb.
As you can see, a faint, almost transparent cat runs by.
And turns into an orb.
It crosses the yard, then seems to turn into an orb or ball of light and flies off.
It's a little sus. A little saucy.
The OP clarified that a stray cat does sometimes pass through the yard on occasion, but when it does, and it's caught on camera, it looks more solid with much more definition than what's been spotted here.
And then doesn't turn to a ball of light.
They couldn't help but wonder whether this was their dear pet that had recently passed on.
What do you guys think?
Whether this is the spirit of their cat or not remains to be seen, but the fact that this sighting has brought some comfort to the uploader is surely all that matters.
Well, that's good though. Yeah, that's all that matters. It brings comfort to the family. Ghost cat that turns into a ball.
Sol Mori is an artist and TikToker that lives in an old giant mansion in the UK that looks like something straight out of a horror movie.
I say it looks and reeks of scariness.
They claim it's haunted as bizarre, unexplainable things happen almost every day.
Oh my gosh.
The house is a sprawling manor built in 1902. The OP and her family only recently moved in and are just getting used to the house's eccentricities.
Oh.
Here's a clip explaining some of the odd details about the house.
Lots of
Weird
hammers.
things in my creepy haunted house. Plants that only stay alive in this specific room. Mummified frog and animal bones.
Okay.
The cellar windows. Poison bottles. Loads of chandeliers. We have to chain them up, otherwise they shake. Lots of hammers. Animal bones that appear every morning.
Creepy.
Places in the garden. Overgrown tennis court.
Well then clean it up!
Bottles of blue liquid. Clocks in every room. Piano that plays on its own. Unsteady balconies.
Sounds like a repair needed.
So many staircases.
Oh, that's creepy.
Paintings of the dead. Abandoned puppet theater. Gilbert lives here, he's not very nice.
Who's Gilbert?
I feel weird here.
In the attic is an old abandoned puppet theater with a giant sun mural painted on one of the walls. The name Gilbert is etched on the top left. Shortly after moving in, the family began to suspect something strange was happening with the sun painting. They felt like a dark energy was attached to it, giving the whole room an off vibe.
Really?
Before long, the OP overheard her niece talking to someone in the attic. When she asked who she was talking to,
Gilbert.
she replied, Gilbert.
Ah!
Here's a little chat they had with their niece.
Did you like him?
Yeah, Gilbert's like one of my best friends.
Where did he come from?
I don't know. I think the man that used to live here painted it.
And he's coming up with this himself.
Is Gilbert friendly? Does he speak to you?
Yeah.
What does he say?
Because I don't pray.
That's not creepy.
Not long after, they discovered a Ouija board hidden under one of the floorboards in the attic.
Oh,
it had a sun on
gosh.
it that closely resembled the Gilbert painting.
What? Oh!
The OP claims that she started having dreams about a little boy. Being an artist, she was able to paint the visions she was seeing in her dreams.
That's creepy.
Shortly after, the niece discovered a small doll hidden behind the Gilbert painting.
What?
It closely resembles the boy that was visiting the OP in her dreams.
Oh my gosh. Put it back.
Wanting to learn more about the house and its history, Sol Mori investigated the census records for the property.
Here is a photo of the house from 1916.
Please tell me that person right there
This
is.
would be the first or one of the first families to live in this house. As you can see, there are 6 people present in the photo. I'm looking at the English census records. I found that the father would be called John, the mother was called Maud. Next to on the balcony is a daughter Dorothy. The birth of a little boy called Gilbert
Who's
was
this?
registered here in 1911. So he would be about 5 or 6 in this photo. I'm unsure why he's not with the rest of his family in the photo, what they did to him. I just have an overwhelming feeling that something really terrible happened to him.
This is creepy.
The weirdest part is that this is where the sun painting is situated in the house. That's his room.
Here we can see a photo from 1916 showing one of the first families to live in the house. As you can see, there's a little boy in the attic staring out of the window.
Yep. Was he supposed to be there?
The TikToker suspects that this is Gilbert. For some reason, he seems to have been ostracized from the family.
Like he not wanted to be shown to the public or something.
Creepier still, this window is the exact room where the Gilbert painting now sits.
Uh-oh.
As the OP and her family started settling into the house, they began to find old dolls all over the property.
What if Gilbert put him there? Oh, gosh. Did Gilbert murder the family?
Dozens and dozens of them hidden in the garden, in the attic, behind walls, and under floorboards.
Oh. They cleaned up pretty well, though. Oh. They're probably really expensive now, too. Wow. Nope. No. I can't do dolls nor haunted ones. This one lost his arm.
Over time, Sol Mori amassed a collection of dolls that she found around the house and on the grounds of the property.
Oh, don't put... That's so creepy.
Over the course of several months, the dolls began exhibiting some strange behavior. Take a look.
Probably moving.
Hello, Maud.
I remember that one.
Asking for clarification as to if there is a spirit attached to your doll. If so, could you please give me some sort of sign, please?
These move like really abruptly. Oh my gosh. You can't tell me you would literally not crap your pants watching that.
Thank you.
There's no string. There's no wires. I'm looking all around the doll's hand. There's nothing.
Here's another example here.
One of my new dolls just moved right in front of me when I was talking, so I want to see if I can get it on camera. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Hi. Oh my god.
How do you just okay with that? Oh. Mother of criminy.
Oh my god. I can't believe I just got that on camera. Wow.
As you can see, the dolls seem to move all on their own. Sol Mori believes that each doll is trying to communicate with her and that they all have their own unique story to tell.
No thanks.
What we've covered here is just a small part of the overall story that Sol Mori has to tell. We haven't even touched on the eerie doll she found in a crawl space behind the Gilbert painting. We may need to do a part 2 on this story just to do it justice.
Please do part 2.
In the meantime, I highly recommend you go check out Sol Mori's page for yourself.
Oh, I'm gonna check
it's
it
a
out.
fascinating story, and I highly recommend you start from the very beginning to take it all in.
Oh, I'm gonna go.
There's links in the description box down below.
Oh no.
So if you love this massive compilation, then why not check out our other ones here? Or there's a giant playlist here that you can binge on for hours. Leave us a comment down below which one of these clips you thought was the weirdest or scariest. We love getting your feedback. And that's it for me. I'll see you all next time.
Another great one by Kellen at Slapped Ham. If you guys like these longer binge watching videos, comment down below, say hashtag love long ones. Clips. I should say. Hashtag loved long one clips. Or clip. Hashtag love long clips. There you go. So with that being said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. A lot of videos and clips that we have not seen before. Some that we have seen, but different angles and different perspectives, which I definitely enjoy. But again, comment down below you guys' thoughts. Of course, if you guys think these are real, fake, fact, fiction, whatever have you, I love reading them and want to know your guys' partake. Plus, you guys can talk amongst each other. And don't forget to like the video. That like button helps so much. If you guys could do me a solid, and we'll see you guys in the next video. So keep it real, keep it safe, and as always, keep nerding on, and we'll see you guys next time.